welcome to today's program. My name is Merciful Emmanuel, and with me is
Rena Detunji.
Amochola Victor.
Ifoma Alozie. And it's another Friday here on NYSC Half Hour where we talk about corpus and youth affairs. But just before we dive into the topic of discussion for today, we'll go on a music break and we'll be back.
Sorry, baby.
What's that?
Speeding again. At the Four Seasons again. At the postseason again. Time to go demon on them. Album mode switch D&D to my friends. Stop flexing, still the movement is tense. I was all 10 rap, then turned it to a trend. Don't blame big what I do with the pen. I shut it down.
Welcome back, viewers, and if you're just joining us, this is NYSC Half Hour. Our topic of discussion for today is online jobs versus traditional white-collar jobs and its effect on the youth and young adults. So I'll be asking my fellow core members some questions. The first question is, do you see yourself pursuing an online or remote job in the future, or do you envision yourself working in a more traditional office setting?
Well, I see myself pursuing a hybrid model that combines flexibility of an online work with the benefits of face-to-face interactions in a traditional office setting. Because while I value flexibility and autonomy, I also recognize the importance of human connections and collaborations.
Alright. Okay. Does anybody have anything to add to that?
Okay, for me, I prefer an office setting.
Okay.
Depending on the pay. The pay determines
You
if I'm
prefer an
going.
office setting?
Yes.
What influenced your decision?
That's the pay. That's where I'm coming in. The pay determines the office setting I want, and with a touch of an entrepreneurship skill, because I'll get to interact with people and they also get to know what I do. Like I have another skill apart from this work I'm doing. I don't know if you understand. Yes, so I prefer that.
All right. Okay, that takes us to our next question. What do you see as the potential benefits and drawbacks of online/remote work compared to being in a physical office environment?
Well, compared to a traditional 9 to 5 work, you have yourself stuck in a cubicle, and you have a supervisor overbearing, giving you a lot of tasks to do. You have to meet a certain level of tasks, and it's annoying because you be limited creatively. You'll be limited with your own. You won't enjoy the work that you work. So at the end of the day, 9 to 5, you now come home, you now sleep, you're not tired. But an online job, there's increased productivity. There's flexibility. You can choose your time.
There's extra time.
There's extra time. You can choose where to work, and there's reduced cost for commuting because the amount of money you used to go to work and come back home and go to work is easy. You can just work from home, do what you want to do on your laptop, get your money and do it, and a day's job in less than 2 to 3 hours instead of the 9 to 5 hours, and then you not enjoy out of 24 hours you not enjoy anything.
Somebody outside the country, and it's his night time, it's your morning. Do you understand me? If you don't have that time management, you miss it. Yes, and you cannot be able to communicate with this person because your time are not different. Yes, you must have that time management skill, and then also you should also have this skill of leadership, knowing the leadership and team spirit, knowing that yes, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how you're supposed to do it. You have that confidence in yourself that you can do this thing. How can you convince somebody to work with you or work for you, or the person you're working for, if you don't have all the skills? Okay, so these are
skills that we have to possess. Okay, that takes us to our next question. Rona, do you feel that your generation, do you feel that our generation, the Gen Z generation, or the millennials, do you feel that these generations have different perspective on work and careers compared to the older generations, like back then our mom and our dad generation?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us.
I feel so because in the older generation here, they are really good people. Like you can actually tell them. Calm down.
Gen Z generation, we're not good people.
No, see, you can actually tell the other generation, like, okay, in a traditional office setting, I sit down there and work for this thing. You say, okay, I'll sit down and I'll work on this thing. In the older generation, they believe that if all these professions like doctors, lawyers, engineers, like you don't even mention anything like arts. Oh, I want to be an actor because they believe that if you're an actor. What are you earning?
Or
What are you
DJ,
earning?
music
Yeah,
video,
they see it as something very
wasting of your time.
waste of money.
They don't believe in
Waste of
talent.
school fees.
They don't
They
believe-
won't even. They
hear
will tell
it.
you change that profession. I'm not paying your school fees. So they believe that doctor. But maybe back in those days, the doctor, they're earning money. Even now, right? They are still earning money.
But
But if you compare,
yeah,
but if you compare it now, like we're all working online now, like all these tech people, they make
millions,
billions of money
hourly
compared to
doctors
lawyers.
working
Yes,
yearly.
now. You know, the
So-
world is going digital now, so I believe
Yeah.
our parents are now seeing and they understand much.
They are not,
Yes.
because from here now, like you're in Nigeria, you can apply for a work abroad, and they will pay you in dollars.
And they're paying dollars.
Yes.
You can't do
Yeah.
that. You can't do that in a
Currency.
traditional setting when you're in Asaba. Yeah, you say you want to go to abroad. How do you want to?
Minus that, I was even telling somebody like last week that when the salary that Nigerians earn in the space of a month, people that are doing remote jobs
Earn it a
or
day
people
or
that
a
have been
week.
working outside earn it in
Day.
hours.
So
In just few
if you
hours.
have to calculate that,
So if you
2
calculate
months
it
this
in a
thing,
week,
like take
that's like
11,
triple.
take a civil servant now, let's say 11, 17 civil servant now, at least maybe earn 200k, 300k tops.
Depending on your level.
Depending on your level. I'm saying
And
level
skills
17,
like
level 17, level all those level up, all those director. But take an IT guy who is really good tech wise.
Yes.
He can earn that hourly if he works with a very good, like a company like Apple, Microsoft. He works with a good company like that.
Definitely.
He can earn that
Amazon and the
hourly.
rest of them.
He can earn that in a day.
It's not
in
good.
a day
It's
six.
not even only tech. Let's
As
not
in-
go specialize with tech people like TikTokers now.
Thank you.
Influencers.
Enough content creators on social
Like,
Yes, of course. I work from home. Like you just have to sit down and make videos, and you get paid for those things you do.
Yes.
You don't need to sit down and calculate and do this and just bring out the
You-
best.
you
in
get-
you.
that's what I was
crazy
saying.
now.
That was called
Your
daily pay.
engagements, the engagements
Yeah.
you get on that social media will also boost your payment.
Exactly.
You understand? So you even have to work hard to be able to
So,
get a lot of views.
Unlike the boomers and this who work 9 to 5 work for a mega sum, maybe at the end of the day get 200
And
at
they end up
maximum
not even
100.
having
And
enough to
the
get
month-
to take care of
at the end
yourself.
of the month maybe 100k 200k. In fact, most of the money I see before you're even landed.
No, you can't do that. You have bills to pay.
You have
Yes.
debt
And more than
as
what
our
you're
man,
earning.
everything. So
Man,
No,
it's something else.
not
Okay,
something else.
lastly, I would ask. This takes us to our last question. How do you think that? How do you think that the Gen Z generation, the millennials, and how have they impacted in the future of white collar employment? Yeah,
the future of
their perspective on work. How far have they impacted on the future of white collar
I take this
employment?
The Gen Z and how they have impacted in the future of white collar job. Well, I think the older generation now, they're not seeing the benefits of the online work. They're not seeing that people are actually making money from it than sitting in a 9 to 5 job and still earn little. Yeah, so I think they can bring in that hybrid stuff for them. Maybe because most of them don't want to go fully into that online job. So they want to combine with the traditional office setting, like I said, that hybrid model where you combine the flexibility of an online work and also with the benefit of face-to-face interaction in a traditional office setting. So, yeah.
You know, even our parents now do this Gen Z stuff with us. I see most of elderly people and older people on TikTok doing one or two
That's what she
stuff.
meant by they have
come to
with
terms
it.
with it. They have seen how much the
the
Gen Zs are making from it, so they want to also
Understand
join,
it,
and understand it.
And they know that it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. No matter, you keep making content online, and you see some content creators and TikTokers, they carry their family along. Like they use their families to do video, their mom, and they just tell them one or two things, and they are really active.
Perfectly said.
Right.
Like, let me use myself as an example. So when I was in school, I always told my mom, like, okay, I was using an Android phone, and I also wanted to do all this TikTok stuff, it's content creation, posting on TikTok. So I told my mom, like, hey, mom, please, can you, like, get me an iPhone or something, so like at least I can do it. She's like, what are you doing TikTok for? What's TikTok?
Yeah,
What are you doing there?
TikTok
Face your
yeah.
book and do what you can, get a degree and go and work in a
Exactly.
online. But now when I graduated, she's like, oh, Rona, look at, she showed me something on the phone. Like, Rona, look at this influencer. Now, when will you start your content creation? Come on, making money from it.
That's exactly word for word my mom told me too. When I wanted to start, we were like, I studied theater, so we were like, even the battle to study at theater was a lot. So and
Seriously.
I want that back to I want that back to, now what will you now do with it? Their own idea is that maybe I'll write books, I'll write novels and stuff like that. And I say I want to enter into TikTok. Get me phone, get me this thing. TikTok, what am I going to do with TikTok? Now as I say I'm here right now, and then they're telling me carry your phone, you do TikTok, do videos. They even give me costume that I have to be put.
They're not encouraging you. You know that was it back then. My mom was one of those people that is not in support, but my dad, may so rest in peace, he has always been the person that will always supports me. First of all, I told him, okay, I wanted to study theater. I said, anything is good, go, fine. He has always been in support, but you know, especially our moms, they will be like, I want you to, just like you said, they want you to do one professional thing. I was like, I beg you, what are they? But so many people have made it. You know, so many people right now, like youths like us, they are going through so much pain and so much regret that yes, they came out from a very wealthy family, and that their wealthy family doesn't want them to do anything that is outside the professional line. They want them to make sure. So some of them are seeing what they would have done. Other people are doing it. They are seeing the benefit, and then they are feeling so bad. But I feel like it's never too late, man. You're young, so you can still go and do this.
Let me go to Bubbles. My mom has a TikTok account that when she comes back from work, she'll tell me, go and check it. How many people have liked it? I'm like,
ask them to check it.
You tell me, open it and check. Should we do another thing to add up? How many people have viewed this? And they say,
even my mom opened a TikTok account, and because sometimes I post videos there, but because I don't have really enough, like I don't have enough time, so I have not posted recently. But she'll go to my TikTok page. You have not posted. What's happening? Go and post. Go and do something.
The encouragement is getting to sky level, skyrocketing. Well, they don't have a choice. Our parents have to support us because the world has gone digital now. It's something else. Okay, viewers, and that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Ronald Tunji, Victor Mojola, Ifoma, aka Vitamin C. She always loves.
Now only you get
Vitamin C. I don't even know. Okay, guys. So I still remain your host, Merciful Emmanuel, and thank you for joining us on today's episode. And see you next week. Do have a lovely, lovely, and beautiful weekend. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.